Naughty Dog President Neil Druckmann has responded to the backlash against his upcoming game, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet. Roll this up over at phantompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. And if you're unfamiliar with what's going on with Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, let me give you some context to get you up to speed. The game was announced back in December at the Game Awards with an announcement trailer. That trailer immediately received negative feedback, with it receiving over 250,000 dislikes just 2 weeks after it premiered on the PlayStation YouTube channel. Naughty Dog had actually turned off the comments on its YouTube channel for the trailer, indicating that they knew it was going to get a lot of negative comments. Not only was the trailer getting hundreds of thousands of dislikes, but players expressed their dislikes in the comments as well, obviously on the PlayStation channel, not on Naughty Dog, because they still had theirs on. Here's what some of them said. I like the part in the trailer when the protagonist said, "It's concording time." Turns on her laser sword and concords the alien monster, obviously comparing it to the absolute epic flop of Concord. Sandman noting it's sponsored by modern audiences. Another one here saying the protagonist doesn't really seem super appealing or interesting, but beyond that, the only other reaction I have is that I like the return of the classic PlayStation logo and the retro futurism. I'm skeptical, but I'll have to wait and see until we get more. This guy says, "Thanks, Neil. I hate everything about this and everything you're involved in." Another person says, "I just want to thank Sony for making an obvious no-buy with that character design. Glad I won't be wasting my money on some kind of bait and switch. They shoved the garbage up front instead of trying to hide it." In response to comments like these and others, Tati Gabrielle, the actress for the game's primary protagonist, Jordan A. Munn, shared fan art mocking the game's critics. You can see here, created by this person named Laura. Fragile masculinity, 100% incel tears, middle finger, and then so DEI-licious. And then Tati Gabrielle added "you mad bro" to the art. So clearly mocking the people that are not interested in this game, sharing their reactions and indicating that they won't be buying it. So Druckmann has now shared his own thoughts about the backlash during an appearance on the Sacred Symbols Plus podcast with former IGN journalist Colin Moriarty. He said, "I don't know if there's much I could add to that conversation, to be honest. There's stuff happening right now with media that you have to, I feel, ignore for the most part and just stick to your guns and do what you believe in. And I feel like that's how I would want artists to carry themselves." He continues saying, "You know how this works. I can't tell you when we're going to announce or show something. I could just say I'm very, very excited for this game. Maybe as excited as I've been for any game. It's very cool. It's the deepest gameplay we've ever done, and I can't wait to show it off." So that is what Neil Druckmann had to say. He says, "I feel ignore for the most part and just stick to your guns and do what you believe in." I think that's what a lot of gamers and players are going to do. They are going to be ignoring Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, when it is released. People will not be buying this game. They have seen what Neil Druckmann has done in the past with The Last of Us Part 2. They've seen how he deals with criticism in the past, working to copyright strike numerous YouTube channels and try to destroy them over their criticism of what he did in The Last of Us Part 2, namely having Abby beat the life out of Joel with a golf club, all because he did not like that people chose to save Ellie in the first game. So we know what he really thinks, and he's obviously been PR trained. We know that Tati Gabrielle actually admitted that within the last month that she had received PR training from Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann. It's clear that he has also received PR training, but I don't think any kind of PR training is going to save this game from its fate. And its fate is going to be what we've seen so many other games suffered last year that embraced the woke ideology, the ugly character designs. And obviously the most prominent of those was another Sony PlayStation Games property in Concord, and it was literally shut down, or announced that it was going to be shut down within like a month of it being released. And I think we're going to see Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, suffer the same fate because gamers are going to be ignoring this game. So Druckmann can ignore the criticism all he wants. It's something that the people over at Firewalk Studios did as well. They ignored the criticism, and then they were literally shut down by Sony, by PlayStation. Obviously, Naughty Dog has a little bit more of a reputation than Firewalk Studios does, given Concord was their first game, but would not put it out of the realm of possibility that if this game epically flops like Concord, that Naughty Dog might be come on the chopping block as well. So if Neil Druckmann wants to ignore the criticisms, he's fine to do that, and he's going to pay the consequences for that. Again, as we've seen to numerous games that tried to do that or did do that last year. But let me know what you guys make of what Neil Druckmann had to say here. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.
Why would you be afraid of the people? Why are you not afraid of God instead of man?